Look at that. Look at that grind and pray action, though.
Nice. Nice. It fits you. Fits you well. No pun intended.
Man, I tried to put on that, on the regular size. What's the regular hole called? Like a regular shirt, the non-V-neck version.
You couldn't even get over your head.
Damn head was too big. But thankfully, the V-neck fit just fine.
Yeah.
All right. Take it away.
Whenever you're ready, sir.
All right, so we just watched what was that episode?
Slow down, Brown. No.
Oh, okay. Now I'm good to go.
Welcome back, everybody. Another episode with us.
Brown and Brown.
Brown and Brown. Shout out to all y'all out there in YouTube land. Shout out to, what is this, Brown? What we drinking?
This is some tea, some wheat tea and some umeshu.
Wheat tea and meishu.
Umeshu. Yeah.
Brown's a little bit more cultured than I am. And we want to give
pretty cool.
And we want to give a big shout out to who?
Grind and Pray, for dropping off a bag of teas,
How many of them fit?
So far, just one. The V-neck, like I said, the regular holes don't fit, man. I don't know why.
Cause you got that your hair fresh braided, man.
That's what it was. Braided. That's what it was. It was like, hold on, we can't disrespect the braids.
No.
Gentle braids.
You know how it go, bro. You know how it go.
True, and true.
All right, today we have what for the people, bro.
Oh wait, did we tell them like, subscribe, and share?
Like, subscribe, share, comment,
all
that
of
good
that
stuff.
Hell yeah.
All that good stuff. Last week we hit you with earlier this week, we hit you with an episode of Lovecraft Country, episode 6, one of my personal favorites. Now we're about to hit you with another show that we're watching. Raised by Wolves, another HBO Max show.
HBO is killing it right now. They are doing their thing.
Let's just give a brief summary for all those who are not familiar with the show.
Please, because I want you to know when we started episode 8.
Oh, so I'm doing this. All right.
Dog, I started episode 8. I was like, what is going on? I have no idea what's happening. How did we get here?
All right.
Where I'm at now.
So this is no spoilers. So, basic rundown. Earth is destroyed. Androids are sent to another planet with embryos that they are supposed to, what do you call it?
Raise?
Raise.
That's what you do with people, right?
You turn them into babies, and then they raise them up, and they're supposed to repopulate the new planet. Shenanigans ensue.
Oh boy, from day one.
And
they're supposed to okay, I got a question for you. So when you land this ship, I'm not a pilot, but when you land this ship, you want to land it on some nice flat land, not a hole, right?
It's one of those type of things. It's like all this land
all around them, and the first thing they do is they put that ship right in the goddamn hole.
Right in the hole. This is the androids. Humans might have made that, might have passed by that hole.
Might
have missed the planet entirely.
That's why I don't even need a Tesla. It's if that's what your computer can do, you know what? Let me drive. Let me drive. It's like, yo, put it down there in that hole right there.
Put it there, right there in that hole.
In the hole.
And then spend 12 years and not go get it. All right, so
you're right. They parked it there and they just left it. They left the shit right there. They were like, yo, we don't even need that no more.
And they did need
You could see it. You could literally peek in the hole. Oh man, remember that shit we came in on with all the shit we need in it?
I could have sworn there was stuff in there that they needed.
Yeah. Nope.
Whatever.
Hear no evil, see no evil.
But
let the shit be.
So things happen. There's not really a spoiler, but they start off with 12 embryos and only end up with one child over the course of 12 years. It's not really a spoiler. It happens early on in the first episode.
10 minutes after they crash that ship.
Yeah, you get into all that in the first episode.
True.
And also, which is not really a spoiler, they come in later, but it's not really a spoiler. Humans escaped Earth. Not all, they rounded up what was left of humanity, and it's basically all this started with a war over atheists versus religion that I need to do a deep dive in, Mithraic.
One day we're gonna open that book, but right now I'm not ready for that.
It's called some Mithraic religion. So Earth happened, and atheists and Mithraic people fought against each other. The
Earth looks like shit.
I believe the Mithraics won.
It looks like it because
they're the ones that had the ark.
They got the nice ship. Their ship was they have the Cadillac of ships. It's a really nice.
Yes.
Whereas I don't know, the the Atheists came in on like that Pinto with the broken autopilot.
What did the Atheists come in on?
They came in.
Oh, you talking about the Android?
Yeah.
And they don't really count as the Atheists.
You're right, because they didn't. The Atheists didn't even have a ship.
Atheists didn't even have ships.
They just went down with the ship. They went down with the boat.
So that's just a basic overview of the show. Now, from here on out, we're going to get into the spoilers of episode 8.
What is it called? Mass?
Mass.
Episode 8, Mass.
Mass. You know, and I love when these new shows they hide a lot of detail into what's going on in that episode in the title. In regards to this episode,
is it a reach?
I think it was more so well. For one, you start off with this guy Marcus cutting his own face off.
Man, you know what was funny about that scene?
Besides me trying to eat my pizza,
he had the pizza, right? And the pizza looked just because he wanted to get extra sauce on the pizza. Like he didn't want regular pizza with the regular cheese and the regular crust.
You're gonna live in my failures.
Oh, hilarious! Like I enjoyed that so much. I was personal highlight right there.
I enjoyed it so much that the pizza's still sitting there.
You know, the whole thing.
An hour later, I was like, no.
You know, I didn't have a problem eating the piece because, you know.
No, he didn't.
I didn't. But if I was eating it during that time, I'd probably left the whole thing alone. So he's having some nightmare. Mind you, at the end of last episode, he beat his own ass.
He beat his own ass. Okay, so if you don't know about this guy, Marcus is actually... He's an atheist who escaped the planet on the Ark, and him and his wife managed to escape the planet by doing some type of high-tech facial reconstructive surgery.
It was like face off.
Yeah, literally face off.
Literally take his face off.
Face
off.
He turned himself from Nicolas Cage into John Travolta.
He did.
And the John Travolta character is actually Mithric, some type of commander that was supposed to be on the Ark. So he and his wife managed to take the place of the Mithraic commanders, him and his wife. So now they're on the ship with the believers, pretending to be believers.
Fake as hell.
And actually they're atheists. But he's going through some type of inner conflict where now he's actually turning into a believer, hearing voices, going crazy, and there's some prophecy in the show that might pertain to him, or might pertain to one of the kids, or might pertain to another child, or
who knows?
Or the person who it actually pertains to hasn't even been focused on yet, which is that's my guess.
Okay, we're gonna say that deep dive for another.
Yeah, because the prophecy is a little bit. Yeah.
It's vague, and who knows? They might Game of Thrones, and the prophecy might not mean shit.
Might not. Moment of silence. Why we have to bring?
I'm sorry. Okay, my fault. That was on me.
Damn. So cut. Soft spot.
Just
cut. We just gonna cut.
That's it. Video's a wrap. Go on, everybody. The show's over.
So he ends up cutting his face. In Dream Sequence, he's cutting his face. And I think that really leaned heavy into the whole mask theme of the episode. Then you got Father. Father is an android, one of the androids who landed with the embryos on the planet.
Black service bot.
Black service bot. Far as we know, that's what he is. Mother, who is a white service bot. She was presented as a service bot in the beginning, but come to find out, she's like some
necromancer, hidden Mithraic secret tech that they don't.
She's like a nuke.
A walking, talking nuke with like anything she says goes. Like
and her species, well not species, but her species were created to fight in the war against the atheists. So they were used by the Mithraic to actually destroy atheists. So she's a war machine, and she was reprogrammed to protect all the embryos that she raised as her own children. That's what they call her mother. But anyway. So Father his whole time he's been reprogrammed by the Mithraic, and meanwhile the whole time he's doing like some Morse code. So you got that going on. You got the guy Marcus with his cutting his face.
Marcus, okay, I gotta say it though. Marcus, see, like I thought he had gone full crazy when he beat himself up in the last episode, but
there's still more crazy to go. Bro.
You're right, but I thought he had hit like the speed limit of like crazy. I was like, you can't go any crazier than that. But he
topped himself this episode.
He damn sure did.
The boy. Maybe not as extreme as last episode, but just like the consistency of crazy.
Oh man, like there's no coming back.
There's no coming back.
He's too far gone.
To the point where like everybody's looking at him like,
And he's the leader now. Like, he then became the Mithraig leader.
Yeah, like, man, I think just something's not right about this thing.
Like, something. They can't put their finger on it yet. But they all got that look at him like, this nigga.
And then the last mask pertained to Mother and herself. She got fucked up last episode, pardon the French. Go ahead, man.
We're gonna beep that out.
We're gonna beep that out.
Beep.
But she got tore up last episode, so she went into the ship that was crashed with all the Mithraig people were on.
Was crashed. She
by
crashed.
her. Excuse me.
She crashed. All right, because you act like it just crashed itself.
She
like
did.
that autopilot just won't work and went up to snuff. No, she crashed.
No,
she wasn't happy with just crashing her ship. She went and crashed their ship too. That's what it was. She was like, no. There's another ship up there. I got this one.
I got this
Jesus, let me take the wheel.
I got this one.
And then
one wasn't enough.
No, she ran that shit into a mountain.
So she crashed. So the ship that she crashed, she went in and tried to see what she could find to repair herself.
Right, because she's leaking.
She's all over the place, and she's
soaking wet.
I don't think that's appropriate. But
beep that out.
Leave that in. So she's.
See, you said that was nice. That was smooth, wasn't it?
That was a good one. That was nice, bro.
Oh man, just chess.
This guy here. So
waiting all day for that one.
Just sitting around the kids. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Just getting ready.
So she goes to repair herself, and then she runs into a medical bot that's walking her through the whole process of her repairing herself.
First of all, this medical bot I think is the highlight of the entire series so far, because you know he was black. He had a British accent.
Wow, bro.
Wait. He had a British accent, but he had the gold in his mouth. And at the end of his first sentence, the first thing he did was as soon as he finished speaking,
so you can see them jump.
Just so you can see it. A whole row, top and bottom.
Top and bottom. I will say it was nice for the type of looking android he was. The goals was a nice.
It was.
It
wasn't it?
It added to the mechanical look of him. I was like, that's a nice touch.
No, he had enamel. Like, it was white at first, but he was like, no, I need that in gold.
I need that in gold, please.
Right.
He requested it.
He did, and hats off to him.
Well, back to Mother. She ends up finding something foreign inside herself now. We don't really know what this is, but
a baby.
But we don't know for sure.
They said it was alive.
I don't know what it is.
We're about to have a first space abortion, I think.
No, she's keeping that bad. But it leads to the idea of the mystery behind who she is, even to the point of her own programming.
True.
So I got some basic notes. So that just covers the mass theme. So I got some basic notes here, Brown. For one, we covered a brief recap. I just want to say the shitty Morse code reading.
Oh man,
by your boy
with the ducktail mullet, Mr. Ducktail, Mr. I'm a genius. I'm the smartest person alive.
It's this kid that was rescued by Mother when she destroyed the Ark. And he's like the oldest of all the other kids. He's like
his father was high ranking.
His father was like a high ranking.
He was the shit. He knew he was the shit.
You can tell his little ass. So he's about 17 or 18. He's one of those type of kids. He's like, ain't good for shit.
Can't do nothing in the field.
Can't do nothing. He was raised to take his position, his father's position.
That was it. But he didn't even do a good job at that.
And he's been snitching all season.
Just ready to snitch. Just looking at the whole town like.
So
I'm about to tell on you. Like, the whole
time. So previously with Father, I told you they reprogrammed Father. So now he's a what do you call it? He's just basically like a butler.
Slave.
They turned him into Jeffrey. So
yeah, but Jeffrey had personality.
Well, this nigga has no personality. But meanwhile, his own personality in his pinky.
That's it. Just one finger.
Because he tried to do Morse code. Well, anyway, the black kid. The kid's been looking at him for like 2 episodes now.
Just staring. Just ready to snitch. He's just waiting to tell on him.
But he's like, wait a minute.
Hold up.
What is that archaic language that you're trying to convey? Is that Morse code?
Trying to be so damn smart.
Now I know you're old. Then he goes he calls himself breaking the code in like 5 seconds. And
start writing in the dirt.
Right in the dirt. And it says something like
soul is light.
Soul is light, which is basically Mithraig propaganda. And he's like, of course.
Yeah, I knew this. I know Morse code. I got that. And didn't even have to study.
And anybody with a brain could be like, man, either father doesn't want to tip him off to the Morse code, so he just made it something basic.
Soul is light.
Or this idiot knows he was smart enough to acknowledge to notice that dude is doing Morse code. but he's too dumb to realize his own limitations and be like, you know what? I need to figure this out.
Let me get my Morse code book.
Let me get my Morse code book. No, he gonna crack the code right there.
Goes I-A-M-H-U-N.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, it's lunchtime. Shit, I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Let me go get my radiation sandwich.
This nigga just pat himself on the back.
Oh, yeah. He was just feeling himself. He skipped away.
The shitty Morse code was it was a highlight for me. It was something very, very brief, but it just stuck out to me like this idiot. So Brian, going back to the Chosen One.
Oh, which one? Because it's apparent.
That's my lead-in. Who do you think the Chosen One is?
Who is it not?
It can either be Campion, the lone surviving embryo.
But he's like a boy. He's like a boy now. He's not just an embryo anymore, right?
Well, I've said that to
differentiate.
He is the only. So he's the sole surviving kid from the original.
The prophecy was like there's going to be an orphan.
Well, there's an orphan boy on a foreign land,
which is not okay. I don't like Campion. Is it Campion or Campion? Is it
Campion?
Whatever it is, I don't like him.
He fluctuates for me.
You know, this episode he wasn't as trash, but he too has been snitching on father this whole series.
Man, it's hard to be defiant. You know, you can't be defiant against your parents when some other folks came in and literally threw you in a dungeon.
Yeah,
you know, when they was
like, he didn't know he had it good.
You know, when they're like, Campion, don't go to that hole. I'll do whatever I
want, whatever. That was like where did he get this British accent from? Just came out of nowhere.
Now it's like, hey, that boy Campion can't have nothing. He can't have none of that seed moss.
Right? Yeah, right. He's vegan now. Like a planet with nothing but human creatures and radiation plants, and he's just vegan. All of a sudden, no gluten. He want gluten-free moss.
He has no choice. It's him, or it's the other boy. Who I can't remember his name.
They don't really talk about him though. Like he just has.
He's the main boy. Oh, you mean his name?
Yeah.
They say his name. I can't
Do
remember.
they?
It's like I forget. It's something.
They don't. It's boy or son.
Boy.
Yeah. Come on, boy.
Bring your ass over here.
Boy. Which is Marcus's
not his real son, but
his body's.
Yeah, exactly.
His face's son.
It's the guy who he's pretending to be his son.
Right.
So the prophecy is an orphan boy on a foreign land and something having to do with the Mithraic religion. So you got Campion, who's an actual orphan boy who was raised on this planet. Then you got the imposter's kid.
Which I guess he's technically an
orphan. Technically an orphan on a foreign land because his parents are dead. He just don't know it.
He doesn't know. He has no idea. That boy just lost.
And then you got the third one, who is Marcus himself, who is an orphan boy. Well, he's a grown man who was an orphan boy, but now is in a strange land. So as far as we know, there's three people that fit the prophecy. Marcus himself believes that he is the true child of the prophecy.
Yeah, but what does the prophecy even say that they're going to do? Here's what I think. I don't think the prophecy matters.
You're really taking it to Game of Thrones.
I don't think because it doesn't sound important, and it just doesn't feel like that kind of show. That prophecy matters. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't see it having any real impact on, because it's just kind of been a throwaway line, and they haven't built anything on it. It kind of helps.
Besides his entire madness,
I was going to say, like, it leads, it's building up into Marcus's madness and his craziness, but we're there now.
Well, I mean, the children know. I mean, once again, the boy doesn't know he's an orphan, so it doesn't play no part in him. Campion was raised an atheist who technically doesn't have any idea of actual religion. All he knows is prayer. Right. They didn't bring him up on religion. He has a feeling in himself like, oh man, you know, I believe in a higher power. But as far as a structural religion to believe in regards to prophecy and all, it doesn't
exist for him.
It doesn't exist for him.
But it didn't exist for Marcus until about 2 episodes ago.
No, he knew. But they knew about it.
They knew about it. They knew enough to hate it and to be against it.
But they were grown, so they've already heard these things. You know, it's like, just imagine like, especially if that's your enemy, your goal is to study. You know that's
but not to become your enemy. Well, and that's why his wife was looking at him funny.
Well, he's becoming his enemy because for one, he is hearing voices.
He is. So he's like, I think the prophecy does great in leading to his madness. I don't think this show is going to be based off of the prophecy. Well, here's the sneaker. This is what I want to. I'm gonna flip it back on you.
All right.
They talk about the ancient secret Mithraea technology that the necromancer's, aka mother, was built on.
That's pretty good. Okay, you
So-
you literally like jump steps ahead, but thank you, Brown.
But I mean, but that to me, that was the takeaway. That
We can cover that now.
let's go there. I want to go there because I don't think the what do you call that thing? The prophecy's that important. I think
That's fine.
it's great for his madness.
You're right.
It is kind of. I feel like it's done his job. He's
Only
mad.
one-
He's crazy. We
Only
get
one
it.
way to find out. But yeah, we're going to the ancient Mithraea tech.
Because I was okay. So these necromancers that mother is that she didn't know she was, they can fly, they can glide, and they can melt your face by yelling.
Yeah.
Like, when did we get that technology? We don't.
Are you doing one of the things where you think this is based on like our world?
No. Necromancers feel so out of place in that universe and this in the wolves universe. If they had that technology, why would they put it in? Like, why not just weaponize it in a gun instead of an android? Because in the war, you see a bunch of them just flying around, just melting faces.
Yeah, but it's different when they're on your side. Like they can go out there and do it for them.
But what I'm saying though is like, it didn't. That technology just feels so out of place.
I think there is more going on with that technology than they're letting on.
Even the doctor said that. What did the doctor say?
Yeah,
With the goals.
I can't think with the goals.
Dr. T.
Dr. T. He said something along the lines of, "I just know my program, and your technology is a mystery."
Right, because we don't know it. Like,
'Cause it
they
goes
knew
back,
enough.
yeah.
She was like, well, obviously they've unlocked the secrets because they've manipulated it. He was like, no.
Yeah, exactly. And then he was like, "I just know what I'm programmed to."
Right. He was like, they got it from, the secret Mithraea text.
Yes.
Something, yada, yada, yada. He kind of yada-yada'd it a bit. But it was because she was draining his blood. And
Yeah.
she
Just
had
keep
my man.
herself alive.
Yeah, she was just like, I'm going to need this more than you.
All right. Very good point. I'm eager to see where they go with that. I think that's kind of like what the actual mystery is in the show.
Right. I think that is there, not the, who's the little orphan boy?
Who's the little
Who's the little orphan boy who's going to save us and bring us
Doesn't
food?
matter.
Oh, man, it was Cambion all along. Him and his gluten-free vegan sea moss
Damn, I wish I knew.
saved everyone.
I wish I knew the other boy's name was. But I do want to point out.
Go for it.
I did like one thing. I just want to acknowledge this. I don't want to harp on it long.
All right.
I do like how the dad, Marcus, the father, who is playing the role of a Mithraea commander, born an atheist in reality, but pretending to be something else. I do like every time he has a conversation with somebody, some of the Mithraea people, and he always presents it. It's like a rhetorical question. But it isn't. But it's not a rhetorical question.
Bravo.
It's an actual question because he doesn't know the scripture. So you're talking to people that are born in this religion, and he's trying to pretend like he is one of them.
Trying to fit in.
He's
And
trying to
not only
fit
fit
in.
in, but he's trying to be in a position of authority.
He's trying to be in a position of authority.
Interesting, right?
So I equated it to, when I was explaining to Brown over here, I equated it to, imagine growing up Catholic, and you running around with somebody who's like a backwoods Baptist preacher. Now he's saying some stuff, and you're like, well, or he's doing some things, and he's a little bit more outlandish, but you're like,
why is your choir so loud?
yeah, you're doing things like, well,
Ooh, you sing like this?
well, that feels like the spirit, but that's not really how we. So they're not they're looking at him like that ain't really how we talk, but they're not questioning it the manner they should be because it's like, well, it does feel like it's come. He is saying it. That does feel in the spirit of what is going on here.
Of the spirit of soul.
The spirit of soul, which is their God, or their prophet.
But he talks like a dude who is in class, the teacher called on him. He didn't do the reading. So, like, he's trying to talk about the reading that he didn't do, and he's just like, so Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, didn't he? And it's like, he just turned everything into a question. It's like, he does that every. He didn't read the book. He didn't do his homework.
But see, I'm gonna give him a little bit more credit than that because that is actually something that's either right or is wrong. In regards to like I guess religion or something, there are things that may not hit. He doesn't have to hit the mark He just has to be in the area.
You just got to throw the dart in the ball.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, okay, it's in there.
It's in there. Like
That's close enough,
it's
right?
in the spirit of the conversation. Like, you know what? We're all supposed to love each other, right?
Right?
It's like
like that. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill.
It's like he doesn't say
right?
he doesn't say thou shalt not. He's just be like, hey, you know what? I think it's best we all look out for each other and don't harm each other. It's like, so you trying to say what? Like he couldn't tell you thou shalt not kill, but he'll be like, you know, maybe it's best we just all look out for each other because I think that's what Saul would want. Right?
Maybe Saul said we should build a church first.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That is what Saul said.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, oh, you're smooth, nigga. Like,
He's been
smooth.
playing it off. But they're looking at him crazy.
But they all looking at him crazy.
Like, yeah.
Because you gotta understand, the guy he's taking the position of was probably well versed. Probably knew his shit.
Yeah, because he grew up in it, and he didn't even walk. Like, he had nothing but time to read the scripture and to be well read.
Then you're throwing shit in the ballpark. Like,
in the bar.
Yeah,
It's good. That's a hit. Like, go ahead, give me that. High five. Like, yeah, I got it. You gonna leave me hanging?
Oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah, I got it. Ooh, it's in the bar.
I'm looking at these notes, people. All right, Brown. Move one. In regards to, we're gonna switch this over a little bit.
Shift the gears.
Shifting gears a little bit.
Okay.
Now we talked about Marcus hearing voices
Yes.
and going crazy.
Yes.
What do you think? Now this is one of these things that's like mildly interesting to me in the show, and I feel like they're not like focusing in on this enough to be like, wait a minute now, I need some answers. Campion keeps, what's going on with the little child ghost that everybody keeps seeing?
8 episodes of, and this like the first one of the little girls just walked into a hole.
Spoiler.
Ups.
We already let them know through.
That was like 6, 7, 10 minutes into the first episode. She didn't make it long.
One of the embryos, like I said, they had started off with 12 embryos. They only had 6 kids. Now they only got 1 kid. After 12 years later, so basically, one of the kids, most of the kids died from sickness, but one of the kids just up and vanished. They show her walk into a hole,
and then
they cut, and all you see was a little doll on the ground in a hole. A stick doll, and it's presumed by nobody who's ever watched TV at all ever.
Yeah, they really
that she fell in the hole.
Like unless if she was like one of those androids driving the ship, then yes, she's in that damn hole.
If she was an android, she'd be in the hole.
She'd be in the hole, yeah, like, for sure. But no 5, 6, 7-year-old just gonna walk in a hole. A big, not even like a small hit.
It's a big ass hole. We are, and the people on the show are led to believe that she fell in the hole.
Lies.
But her ghost has been periodically ghost.
That everybody sees now. Everyone has seen this ghost. Marcus has seen this. At least 4 people have seen this.
Everybody has seen this ghost, but only the people who know her have identified her as. Is that Tally? Is that?
But she is the same age. Like where is she getting her food from? If she's still alive?
Well, she's obviously not alive because she's showing up in places that she didn't have no way of getting into. Because she showed up in Campion's his little jail cell.
Oh, that's true. So she is a ghost.
But so she's something.
But she was like telling him to kill himself. That's also like.
Bro, you keep burying my leads.
Sorry, man. Go ahead. Damn, get to the point.
That's my question.
What's the question?
I want to know what's going on with it, and also like she's telling her, she's like, "Come on, Campion, join us."
Like she's a little suicide ghost or something.
Yeah, like
I don't know, man. That's really interesting.
It's one of the more creepier things that I've seen.
I don't care for it.
It's like
because we're 8, 9 episodes deep into the game, and I feel it feels like it's going nowhere. But I will give you this though. I don't know where this show's going. So.
I see. This is the thing about the show. I know what Brown's real problem is, and I understand it, and I get it. There are a lot. And for a show like this, I count at least 5 like open-ended things. Was like, I don't know where this is going,
and it could be nothing because they can't close everything. They can't follow up on everything.
You got big ass holes, and they say, and they
just big holes for no reason.
Well, they got these big holes, and they try to do some Game of Thrones thing, but they don't want you to believe magic exists. And I don't mean magic is in magic, but they just something going on that they kind of want to be like. Pay no attention to that. Like when Daenerys is gifted, like no, not even the Daenerys. When they're like, oh, the White Walkers, They've been dead for centuries. I'm like, I feel like that's gonna come back up.
Oh.
Or when Daenerys gifted her eggs, and you just look at them like you're petrified dragon eggs. The dragons
You
have
can't
been
do anything with them.
the dragons have been dead for centuries. Aegon the Conqueror was the last. Like, I feel like that's gonna come back. So they got these big ass holes, and
What they got beside the holes?
a skeleton. Oh, skeleton bones?
Yeah.
got
Like,
these-
it's not like just a big empty hole. It's like
They got skeleton
damn
bones.
dragon bones.
Yeah, they got dragon bones all plagued throughout the land, and it's like. Meanwhile, you haven't seen a big ass snake yet.
You haven't seen anything. They didn't see their first live thing until like recently.
And there's these things. They look they look like deformed humans, but there's these creatures that literally for 12 years or so they led us to believe.
That's what they said. I trust the androids.
Like the androids have been feeding the kids like radioactive vegetables. They didn't know.
Like turnips, like
Turnips.
radioactive turnips, killing everything.
Because and they were like, well, there's no living creature that we found on this planet. And it's like now all of a sudden these other things are just everywhere you turn, they crawling over top. But my point being is like you got that, you got the snakes. Like what's going on with these big holes and these creatures down here? I know they're down here. Then you got the ghost the kid ghost. That's like, well, what's going on with that? Maybe they too have something going on. Then you got what's going on with Mother? What type of android? Then you got the
super technology.
Yeah, it's a lot of open. I see where you coming from, Brian. There's a lot of open-ended questions.
We got many episodes left.
We don't have many questions. Many episodes left. And
So
it's like,
this is going to be a whole bunch of open-endedness when this season comes to a wrap.
yes, and but I feel where you coming from, Brown.
Thank you.
And lastly, I just put House Sway.
Is that a segment now?
I had to think to myself what that actually was in reference to, but I remember it was at the end of the episode. So we already said it earlier, but it is alluded to that Mother, who is a android type machine.
She isn't. Yeah, she isn't. No, she is.
Whatever.
That even kind of like she is.
She is
Full on melt your face android.
but she is. I don't want to say implied because that's like too low stakes.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It is
heavily.
not hidden. It is like
It's said.
It's basically
alive.
said that she has something in her that is alluded to being like some type of embryo, but it is alive. We do know that, and there's something growing inside of that needs to be fed. So
Boy.
and she has this thing where she goes into the simulation module, but the simulation module is for humans. But when an android plugs into it, she's able to like go through her memory banks.
But memories
access her memory files.
But memories that have been deleted because androids can already access their memories, but she's accessing memories that were deleted.
Deleted or whatever. Yeah.
Right?
So whatever is going on with her memories that she wasn't able to access before, but she's and her creator is telling her that the embryos were just for practice. The real key to humanity rests inside of you. So this is allegedly supposed to be her real mission. The embryos were just once again human practice. And so now,
Campion was throwaway.
Well, you don't like the kid anyway, bro.
I don't. So
what's your thoughts?
He was throwaway. I just hit the Kanye shoulders for. I don't know. I mean, she's pregnant with what? With how? How? With who? This is the first segment of Houseway.
Well, I don't have any answer.
I got nothing for you. If you're looking at me for something, I got nothing.
Brown don't have any answer.
Got shit.
I guess you're just gonna have to tune in, same bad time, same bad channel.
You see what he did there?
You know
what's the new model? I liked it. I forgot it though.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
No, the other one. The one that Halle gave. I'm gonna take that off. The one that I created myself.
Bippity boppity, give me the toppity. They get fluckle.
I love them all. All right, wrap it up. Let's go ahead, because
so we're gonna
all these damn lights got me sweating. It's hot in here.
I'm about to say, bro. Normally, bro has it on 65 degrees.
Oh man, I'm about to put it on 64.
But yeah, we're going to have to catch y'all next time. Hopefully, we're gonna give y'all another review if y'all like it. We'll see what's popping with the next episode.
Hopefully we got some answers for you, but don't count on it. I wouldn't count on it. The way this thing is going, I wouldn't count on it.
All right, peace.
Oh,
Get the remote.
I need to get a remote for this thing.